Now welcome back to another A Bus and Beyond video. I'm here today at South Down Motorhome Centre in Portsmouth, and I'm here to look at this blue beast. This is the Hymer free S600 Blue Evolution. They have nicknamed it the Smurfmobile around here, and I can see why, because it is very blue. So let's take a good look around this awesome van by Hymer. So let's start at the front. Obviously based on a Mercedes Sprinter, it's fitted with a 2-litre CDI engine, which produces 170 horsepower. What do you think to the colour? Very, very blue. I think it looks great. The Hymer S600 is a 2-wheel drive. As you can see, we've got 16-inch black alloys on this one, which really look good against the bright blue paint. Moving back on the driver's side, obviously you've got the driver's door, the habitation door, which we shall take a look at inside later. You've got a window that does open on that side, and it's tinted, so it makes it really difficult to see inside. And then further back from there, you can see you've got like it is a flare, so it does stick out, but you'll see on the other side that the other side sticks out much further. But yeah, this one sticks out, I would say probably about, what's that, I don't know, 2 or 3 inches, if that really, probably 2 inches. Then beneath that you have, that's the water filler to fill up your fresh water tank. And then behind that, this is pretty nifty, that's an external barbecue point, which is lockable so no one can nick your gas. What do you think to the stickers as well? I think they look quite smart. Above the door you've got a huge awning, probably about 3.5 meters I'd say. Look at that, switching between inches and meters just to confuse matters. Moving around the back, you've got 2 big barn doors with 2 windows in that also open actually, and they are privacy glass as well. And then above that you can see a reversing camera. I think here really highlights, so if you look at the flare on that side compared to that side, so that sticks out much further. So yeah, you sleep transversely in this van, and we'll have a look at that when we get inside. Moving around this side, what have we got here? So this is the electrical hookup point, so you plug your power into that side. Moving further forward, you've got a small window that does open, and then a larger window ahead of that that obviously also opens. So beneath the window you've got the outlet for the boiler, and then behind the boiler outlet you've got the outlet for your cassette toilet, so that's where you empty your toilet. No door on this side, and then we're back round to the front and the passenger door. There's a bit of a clue as to how this is a 4-berth van. If you can see at the top there, that is a pop top, which we shall open shortly. Right, let's take a look inside. So let's start at the front of the Blue Evolution. So as I said before, this is based on a Mercedes Sprinter, 170 horsepower, 2-litre diesel. It's a fully automatic gearbox on this one, and it's on a 3.5 ton chassis, so as long as you've got a car licence you can drive this vehicle. Right at the top we've got all the information on your battery, you've got your water pump and all that kind of stuff, so it's all housed in one control unit, which is good. So as standard, the van comes with a 95 amp hour AGM battery, and you can actually then add a second 95 hour AGM battery. You can add a 50 or 150 amp hour lithium battery if you want, so you know you can have plenty of power on the go. Looking at the cockpit, the Mercedes-Benz base van comes with tons of kit. Comes with Distronic, which is your radar guided cruise control, you've got lane keeping assist, all that kind of stuff, sat nav, you name it, the Mercedes Sprinter now has it. It's a real leap forward with this new van. Beneath all the infotainment screen, which is a huge screen, you've got all your climate control and that kind of thing, and then a couple of cubby holes beneath that. There are 4 cup holders in here. That'll keep most people happy, I'm sure. And obviously as we move back from there, you've got your 2 captain's chairs that are really comfy. These are in a cloth finish, so cloth upholstery, but they're really comfy. They've got armrests either side. They're really quite heavily bolstered actually for van seats, so yeah, you sit in here quite snug and comfy, so I'm impressed with that. You've got plenty of head height because there's no storage above the actual seats, but I quite like that, to be honest. I don't really like it when you bang your head every time, and if you're sat in here in the evening, you've got plenty of space above you, so that's nice. Loads of adjustability in these seats as well. You've got lumbar support, you can extend the bit underneath your knees. I call it the crumb catcher because you just end up with loads of crumbs from your Mackies and things like that. Adjustable headrests, so you can get really comfy for a nice long journey in this. On the windows you've got built-in screens, so they come across nicely, really easy to put away when you're not using them, and even the same on the front as well. You've got screens that go all the way across. That is spot on. That's something that we need to try and source for our Crafter conversion ideally. So let's have a look at the dinette. Now you've got a nice big sturdy table, that's going nowhere, and it even has like an extra bit. So just makes it a bit easier for the driver to be able to eat their food at night time, and that slides back away. It does detach if you don't want the table there anymore. So yeah, that gives you plenty of space. You've got another 2 belted seats there, so this is 4 belted seats in this vehicle, finished in the same upholstery as the front seats. And then that's that window that we saw from the outside, so that's a fully opening window, and it has the usual fly screen and a blackout blind built in. Beneath the window you've got a 3-pin plug. It's good to see they put that on the side to make it actually useful, so you can actually plug things in, because otherwise the cord would get hit by the table. And then you've got 2 USB points there as well. As we look above that window, you've got a storage cabinet. It's got 2 compartments in there, and beneath that you also have these LED lights, but the battery's not turned on at the minute, but these are on rails, so you can actually move them back and forth as well. So there's some Dometic LED lights there. Now Hymers are very well known for being top-notch vans, and that is highlighted by the fact that you actually have an electric wastewater emptier. So you just park over the drain and press the button, and it will automatically open the wastewater, so you don't have to get your hands mucky. Very fancy. You've got a split floor in this van, so you can see one of the outlets for the heating there. So this is hot air heating. There's loads of different options actually. You can have gas or you can have diesel. You can have different wattages of heating and hot water, and also you can see in the floor you have loads of little cubby holes for more storage in that double floor. There's another one back there as well. Now let's have a look at the kitchen. So starting at the top, it's one of the more standard Dometic 2 burner hobs. So you've got a slightly bigger one that side, slightly smaller one that side, and a sink as well. So we see these in a lot of vans because they just work perfectly really. So you've got electric ignition, and yeah, hot water as well, which is a bit of a luxury. I should mention as well, before we go back there, on the big sliding door you have a huge full-size flyer screen as well, which is great when you're camping, stop those bugs getting in. Right, back to the kitchen. So beneath that hob and sink configuration, you've got 3 huge drawers actually, so that's a really good size. You've got a cutlery drawer in there, and then loads of space just to the right of that, and they're all on soft close. Beneath that, another big drawer. Yeah, these are really good sized drawers. Usually you have big cutouts for the sink or something like that, but no, this has got plenty of space, and it's even got a bin at the bottom there. Above the kitchen, on the bottom there, you've got a couple of lights, one either side, which is switchable there. You also have another 3-pin plug and a 12-volt socket as well. A cupboard above that. This is a brand new van, so there's bits of cellophane all over the place. and a lot of things are still covered. So it's very kind of Southdown Motorhomes to let us film here. You also got a little rack with a couple of hooks in, so you can actually just store things on the side there as well. Moving further back, you've got a big cupboard above the fact that's actually got a little hanging rail in as well, so you can hang some bits up there. Yeah, another big cupboard beneath that. I suppose if you wanted to, you could remove that shelf if you wanted to hang even bigger things in there. And then that's situated above the 12-volt fridge, so which is a really big size Thetford fridge, and it's got a big freezer compartment as well. Actually, that's pretty good. Yeah, tons of space, which you do need a fair bit of space when you've got this. Remember, this is a 4-berth van. Despite only being able to see 2 berths at the minute, it is a 4-berth van. Beneath the fridge, there's another cupboard as well down there. So opposite the kitchen, right at the top, you've got a couple of hooks, coat hooks there, and then this Truma Duo C. Now that's for controlling your gas bottles. So this one is obviously fitted with the gas heating. This is the actual controller for all your heating and hot water, so you set your temperature and all that from the Truma iNet system there. Just behind that, you've got a big mirror which opens up the space a little bit. Also allows you to make sure you look in your finest when you're getting ready. And then this is the washroom compartment. So yeah, it's not a bad size washroom. You've got a wraparound curtain to make sure everything doesn't get soaked. And then beneath that, you've got your sink with pull-out shower attachment. You've got a couple of shelves so you can put your shower gel, shampoo, that kind of thing. That's actually a really thick plastic. It almost felt ceramic at first, but that's a decent, thick, good quality sink. And then you've got your hot and cold water shower. This does pull out as well, so you can actually have a proper shower. That opening window that we saw from the outside, another couple of hanging hooks. Also, I always like it when they put these in. So if you go out to the beach and you've got your swimming trunks, they can dry off nicely up there. You've got a light switch and also a nice big cupboard for storing your toothpaste and loo roll and all sorts in there. And that's even got a 3-pin plug in there as well, so you can charge your electric toothbrush. The mirror continues down, and then beneath that mirror you can see the cassette toilet, Thetford cassette toilet with electric flush as well. It looks like you've got a big sort of wooden floor, and then you lift that when you want to have a shower, which gives access to the plastic underneath the actual shower tray and lets the water drain out. Now let's have a look at the first 2 berths that we've got at the back here. Now the first obvious thing are the 2 decent sized windows at the back there that open up as well. So you can imagine sleeping here and waking up in the morning. If you've got a cracking view out the back there, that'd be quite nice to wake up to. You do sleep across the van, so you sleep transversely across the van, and that's why you've got those big cutouts. Oh, look at that. Look at that beast. Stay tuned for a video coming up on that very soon. Now above the flares, like I said from the outside, this one is much bigger, so that's probably where you'd put your feet. Actually, I suppose it doesn't really matter, does it? But yeah, above the side pods, you've got 4 cupboards, 2 on each side, and then you've got a couple of lights beneath that. You do also have speakers that you can see. There's one that side and one that side as well. Right in the middle, you've got an LED light. So I thought there'd be some sockets. Yeah, there's a USB socket on that side up in the roof, so you can charge your phone using that. And then on that side, you've got an LED light. And then opposite side, you've just got an LED light. Now, if you actually want to store your clothes, probably, well, I mean, you're going to use those cupboards at the top there, but you can also store more things. If I move the bed up and out of the way, like so, then this bit all lifts up. Oh, let me just lift that up there. So that lifts up, and it then clips into the side here, so it doesn't fall back down again. Right, so now the bed is folded in half and up out the way. You can obviously store bikes, kayaks and all sorts in here. You've got much more height to be able to store things. On this side, you've got a nice big drawer. store your barbecue utensils in there probably. Beneath that is an Isabella outdoor table that straps in there nicely, so that's pretty clever. I'm impressed with that. And then on this side you've got two big drawers here, and beneath you've got another one there. So yeah, they are very big drawers. And then when it's actually made up into a bed, some people might find it a bit tricky to get up there, so you've got this pulls out and then you pull on that, and that gives you a step to make it a bit easier to get up into the bed. Now we've obviously only seen 2 of the 4 berths, and that's because the other 2 are up in the pop top. Now you can see all the fabric, the canvas for the side of the pop top is all sort of hanging down. Now that wouldn't normally be the case. You can see all the poppers around the side there. You see one there, one there. Now usually you would have this sort of thermal barrier connected up there, but I've already removed that. And what you have is a pop top. So let's take a look up there. Now in fact I've just climbed up here just to see how long it is, and I would say it's probably a good 5 centimeters longer than in a California, and it's actually possibly a bit higher at the back there as well, where your feet are. Pretty good, I'm impressed. Often when I'm in the California I have to shut the little hatch bit just to stop my pillows falling down, but I don't think you'd have that issue with this one at all. Also underneath you see you've got the decent springs as well, so it's a nice comfy mattress and bed. So what do you guys think then? So that is the Hymer Free S600 Blue Evolution. Very, very blue, very, very fancy. So I really like it. I think it's got the good compromise between space inside and being not too big a van. The pop top is huge, which is nice to see, and it's easy enough to get in and out of as well. So yeah, it's a nice van, very, very nice van. But let us know in the comments below what you think. Huge thank you to Southdown Motorhome Centre here in Portsmouth. They've been really, really useful, getting the van out nice and clean for us to have a look at. If you're interested in one, make sure you check them out in the link below. Until next time, we shall see you in the next video. Cheers.